Hey, this video is just for fun and to help others improve. Please don't go out of your way to harass or hunt down anyone mentioned in the video. Thank you and enjoy! Hi, I'm ED, creation of Misal, and the dragon lady who'll be talking about something dumb on the internet today. And that's a guy named Jidion that decided to take advantage of a furry con for content because he couldn't think of a better video to make. I doubt this guy had any negative intentions going into this, and just wanted to make a video, but that doesn't change the outcome as well as how poorly this guy conducted himself. Now, the John seems to mostly make vlogging content, though he does have a pranks playlist, so he does make prank kind content. And after some research, he also got banned from Twitch for raiding Pokemon's chat, which leads me to believe that he's some sort of troll. But I'm still making this video because I wanted to, it was a request, and I can help others know what not to do at a con. If you want to read about these situations I talk about, I will leave links to my sources down below. With that, let's get to the video.
So basically today I'm gonna figure out my persona. So what a persona is basically like what animal you are, like what your personality is whenever you become a furry, and then tomorrow I'm gonna become a furry.
This is incorrect. Misal is a furry, but if she were to go off what you just said, she would be a sloth. Hey, I'm at least a little bit more active than they are. You can be any species you want, even if it's not real. You could have been a species you or someone else made up. Really, the sky in your imagination's the limit when it comes to what creature you can be in the furry fandom. Now for the part about becoming a furry. There's really only two things you need when becoming or being a furry. 1. An appreciation of some kind for anthro-animals. The anthro-animals can range from those seen on Arthur to the original Lion King to Zootopia. Really, there's no limit to this, and it seems so long as it's an anthro-animal of some kind. The second is to call yourself a furry. That's about it. You don't need a costume, you don't need a merch, you don't even have to go to events, being in groups on or off, or even have a persona. So long as you aren't shunned and kicked from the fandom for being a jerk, then you're a furry. To be a furry, it's super easy.
No, this is for Pornhub.
I'm going to assume you don't know about the troubling history of furries and adult content. Let me explain this very simply. In the past, furries were seen as sexual deviants and have done their best to distance themselves from such things. Not all furries in the fandom like that stuff, and comments like these in this video about furries could be saying that furries are sexual deviants inherently, when there are asexual furries. Of course, this is a joke that he makes, and I do like a good joke. I'm merely pointing it out as these things have happened in the past.
They saw knocking at the door. Password, please. Password. I need the password. I can't open the door until you I need the password. Okay, if your wife said security, then you wouldn't have got stuck in there. Bro, I think this is a trick. I'm getting scared. I won't leave. Following. I've been stuck in here for like 15 minutes. What? No, you took a picture of me. No, it's all good, yeah.
Okay, so if you think this is okay to do, then I've got news for you. This is not at all alright to do. I understand not wanting to let someone in because you're frightened or nervous, and that's fine. But the best thing to do is to tell the person in the stairs that you're going to get help, then go to the staff and let them know what's going on. It's not okay to leave someone stuck like that when they could be in trouble or something. Any door that person went to could have been stuck, and they could have been having a panic attack or could have asthma and don't have their inhaler. Honestly, if you think what Jidion did was funny, you need to rethink what's funny. Now for the recording thing. While it seems to be legal as Atlanta is a one-party consent law, that was a dick move to record someone. Lie to them about it, and especially when they seem to be stressed over the whole situation. I could maybe understand if this person started tipping over tables or trying to fight people after that, but this person didn't seem at all interested in that and wanted to be away from the situation.
Have you seen any coon tails? Not as yet. Just like be like coon alert, coon alert, coon alert if you see a tail.
Okay, so I've been trying to skip over this, but he says it too much, and at this point I have to say something. Not only does he say it making others uncomfortable, but he says it way too much for a furry convention.
I'm a coon. I've been called a coon my whole life, so like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have been telling me I should be a coon. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people here said I should be a coon. Have you seen any coon tails? Not as yet. Just like be like coon alert, coon alert, coon alert if you see a tail. Oh, that's what my persona was and everything. And they're like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, you look like a coon. I was looking for a coon tail. Was being a coon, but like, I guess I just am one. We're both coons. Like, I'm a fellow coon. I don't either, because I'm the only coon here. Like, I'm not seeing much coon representation here. And now you gotta from off the nation, bro. You gotta be a coon like me. There's not enough suspicious that the only coon.
Which, on top of making people uncomfortable, if he isn't careful, he could possibly let slip around kids since they are allowed to be in conventions with their parents. I'm saying that if this was a kid's first con with their parents so that the kid could show the parents how great furries are, and the parents just have a guy saying stuff like that, it could ruin a kid's chances of ever going to another con until they go by themselves. when they're old, an adult. And he's using the wrong term for the animal he wants to use to represent him. They are trash bandits. Please respect the trash bandits and those who love and adore them for the little things they are.
Okay. Kai's not answering? No, yeah, Kai's my friend too.
I hope it's the same guy.
No, yeah, it is. Here, let me call him.
Are you sure it's the same guy? Because this is who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You actually know him.
Yeah, me and Kai, we go right back.
I feel like I know you. On VR chat?
Yeah, I be on VR chat all the time. Yo, Kai, he was looking for you.
No, I think you have the wrong Kai.
He was looking for you, Kai.
No, you're, no.
What other Kai are you talking about? There's only one Kai.
The only other Kai there is would be my boyfriend.
Yo, Kai, this is your boyfriend, right?
No!
I just ran to your boyfriend, Kai. What makes you know?
Well, that's another person you made uncomfortable, been rude to, and been the opposite of helpful with. I'm surprised you haven't been given a warning yet by staff. I suppose it goes to show how furries are far too patient with people and wanted to try and give them a nice time for their first FurCon. But when doing a video like this, you need to remember that you're going into their space that they worked hard for. Getting a hotel and allowing a con to be there isn't easy, and a lot of people working at the con are probably just volunteers. These people try to make the con fun for everyone, so people who go to the cons just to make fun of them and poke as well as prod at the members of the con just for fun or content is not only disrespectful but also a dick move. The other people there paid to be there as well and don't need a person walking up to them just to make them the butt of the joke.
So I asked Kai if he could get his makeup artist that made him bald, if she can maybe make me into a raccoon, and that's exactly what she's gonna do.
Hey, how's it going?
What's good?
All the single furries, 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 all the single furries. Now put your paws up.
Alright, time to show the boys my outfit.
Dude, you don't look like a raccoon. You look like the live-action Grinch if he was an 80-year-old man. You didn't have to get a makeup artist to make you look like a raccoon, though. I do understand wanting to do something like that in a furry video. That being said, you could have just had face paint like some of these and it probably would have looked fine. Or you could have just not gone back. You got out fine the first time and could have made a video with the footage you got, but you decided to go back and make a scene.
Is that like a meeting call? Oh, they can't talk? Oh, damn. Here, can you just throw some game signs? We could talk to set rep. But does anybody have a manual I can read so I can understand the squeaks? I'm so confused right now. Or yeah, can someone turn on subtitles? Someone just squeak the N-word. I swear I heard that.
You want a speaker?
Yeah, someone just call me the N-word. I want to squeak back at them. You heard them squeak the N-word at me, right?
I can hear very well.
I don't understand what Dutch Angel Dragons, or dads for short, say a lot of the time, but I know that those subtitles you put up for them are wrong. It's entirely possible that they were saying stuff like hello or welcome or something similar to that, or they could have just been squeaking and nothing else. They do that sometimes. Though if you don't know what's being said, I think it is best not to assume what others are saying, as that has led to problems for people before, and really it's just best to ask the person looking over the suitor if the squeaks actually mean anything, and if so, what is being said.
What's up? You guys are gone.
Why?
Your registration for Furry Week in Atlanta has been canceled. I'm handing you off to hotel security.
I'm just trying to buy my furry porn. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I was the most calm. I don't know why I got kicked out. Yeah, I got kicked out of furry porn.
Okay, that's the end of the video, and I want to say that an article I've read theorized that he was kicked out because of film crews and such weren't allowed at the con, and I'll have Misal link those below for anyone interested in reading. Though you can also be kicked out for many different reasons, such as disorderly conduct, destruction of property, breaking the law, and yes, making people uncomfortable depending on how uncomfortable people were and how many of them were uncomfortable, and much more. He could have acted much better at the con and still made content for it, but decided to do what he did and got kicked out. And since there's no more of his video, let's move on to my own, shall we? For my final thoughts, just be a decent person and be respectful at cons. Any cons! You can make content based on going to a con, but just be a decent person and be aware of the other people who paid to be there for fun. That's it for this video. If you're new here and enjoyed, please subscribe. If you liked it, please leave a like, and if you didn't, please leave a comment below telling me why so I might improve. I shall see you in the future. Farewell for now.